Research that has been done on motorcycle accidents shows that the overwhelming majority of crashes with motorcyclists are multi-vehicle accidents. In other words, a car, usually turning left in front of the motorcycle, is responsible for at least 60% of the crashes. One of the things that we found when we did some more recent research here in the state of Washington, and Idaho and Oregon did essentially the same survey right around the same time. And what they concluded was that over 60% of the accidents are single vehicle accidents. So we don't know why we're different from the rest of the country, but we are. According to the Hurt Report, one of the conclusions they came to was the fact that motorcycling is a 90% mental activity. And the problem, as I see it, with motorcycle safety training up to this point in this country is it's all in a parking lot. So all we're really teaching you is the physical. Yes, we talk about and we touch on the mental aspects, but we never really deal with it. You don't get a chance to practice it, and you especially don't get a chance to practice it and get immediate feedback on whether or not you've dealt with a situation in a proper manner.
After moving here from London, England, I decided that yes, I wanted to get an endorsement and ride in the US, which I did. I had extensive training back in London, and I was looking for more training with on-road stuff. Couldn't find it, and felt really unsure about that, because that's something that served me well in the past, and I wanted to make sure I had the same skill level riding in the US.
The things that we focus on in this class are how to deal with the unexpected, how to plan for some of the things that go on the street so that you're better prepared to deal with them when they do happen in front of you.
Well, the reason why I became an instructor in Washington State is that I was passionate about it back in the UK, and after finding that there was a hole in training and I had relevant experience, I felt that it was something that I could do to make sure that every rider in Washington State has the same opportunity that I had with the on-street training, and that's why I do what I do, and I hope and know that it will save lives.
You should take the class because it's going to benefit you regardless of whether you're a brand new rider or an experienced rider. One of the problems that I see with what goes on in the United States especially is that people treat motorcycle training the same way they treat driver education training. Oh, I took it in high school, I'm good. Well, you're good for how long? 40, 50 years? Motorcycling is a lot more challenging than driving a car.
I would say that a track class is beneficial in many ways. What it doesn't do, though, is it doesn't give you the opportunity to have a plan and a strategy for the variables that you're not in control of, which is other traffic. On a track, everybody's going in the same direction and you're in a controlled environment. That's not what you are when you're on the road. You need tools, mental tools, in order to deal with those situations.
Like I said, I've been dealing with motorcycle safety training for over 20 years, and it's always been something in the back of my mind that we're not really dealing with that 90% mental function of riding, and we really need to get people out on the street. And the biggest problem up to this point in time has been the fact that there just was no insurance coverage. And I worked with a couple of different insurance companies and finally found one that would put together coverage for an on-road course. That was part of it. The other part of it was the fact that when we teach the novice rider class, where we're actually taking people in and this is a motorcycle, here's where the controls are, and by the end of the 2 or 2.5 days, they should have enough knowledge to pass the endorsement class. The feedback we keep getting from the students is constantly, nice class, wish we could have gone on the street.
So the course that we've developed is definitely more personal in the sense that the class size is smaller. There's only 4 students and 2 advisors per class. There is more detailed focus because we're actually analysing and observing from the rear and also demonstrating from the front good riding technique.
I wrote the basis of the curriculum, and then I brought Chris Johnson from WMST in to basically add the riding portion to it. And he has that expertise, where my expertise is more along the writing of the actual curriculum and developing the classroom material.
In short, the course works where you will do a classroom session that will really challenge the brain and actually give you some interactive games, if you want to call them, to start that hazard awareness and inattentive blindness and distractions and things like that. And then we actually take you out riding on the road, where you'll have the opportunity to observe an experienced rider that's been trained, and then get personal feedback from an advisor from the rear in order to make sure that you're doing the best to your ability.
I think the average motorcyclist, especially in this country anyway, they're told when they take the novice rider course, assuming they take any training, that there's 3 basic lane positions, and they tend to pick one and stay in it all the time. And one of the things that we've found through teaching this class is that the students are generally surprised by 2 things. 1, how far ahead they should be looking, and 2, the fact that they need to be changing their lane position probably once every 10 to 15 seconds or so. And that actually comes as quite a surprise to them. And once you point out the reasons for it, they go, well, it's like the light bulb moment, you know, wow, I didn't realize I should be doing that.
Someone should take this class because I truly believe it's the next step to becoming a responsible rider after you've got your endorsement. Or if you're already an experienced rider, it gives you an opportunity to confirm that your thought process as you're riding is correct. And the one thing I teach, even with a novice class, is that a good rider is someone that continues to seek education at all times.